welcome back to Glow Up with Shelly. In today's video, we're going to be talking about alpha hydroxy acids, otherwise known as AHAs. We're going to talk about what AHAs are, how you can introduce them into your skincare routine, and some products that I like that do contain AHAs. Remember, this channel is all about glowing up, transformative skincare, flawless makeup, and a lifestyle to match. If that resonates with you, hit subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you can be informed when I put up future videos. Okay, so let's get started. What are AHAs? Well, AHAs are alpha hydroxy acids. Alpha hydroxy acids are basically natural and synthetic occurring chemicals that exfoliate the outermost layers of your skin. They actually break down the cellular bonds between your cells on the surface of your skin in order to slough them off and remove them in a controlled, even manner. So that's what an AHA is. There are different types of AHAs depending on what you're looking for. Don't confuse these with BHAs. Okay, BHAs are beta hydroxy acids, and they're actually a little bit different than alpha hydroxy acids. So let's find out what are some alpha hydroxy acids that we can use and incorporate in our skincare, and what do those alpha hydroxy acids do? The first alpha hydroxy acid is glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is the smallest molecule alpha hydroxy acid that you can get. And because it has such a small molecule, it actually gets underneath and in that top layer of skin, the outermost layer, much more easily than other alpha hydroxy acids. And so glycolic acid increases blood flow to your skin and helps with collagen production. Glycolic acid also evens your skin tone and texture, and because it sloughs off that outermost layer of skin cells. It reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, as well as sunspots or dark spots. So it brightens the complexion, it evens the complexion, and it boosts collagen production. One of the ways that it increases collagen production is it literally tells your skin to produce more collagen, right? Because the outermost layer is being stripped off. So it sends that signal to ramp up collagen production. And that's kind of what you want, right? It's ideal. It also literally teaches your skin how to maintain its moisture more effectively or more efficiently. So that is also a bonus to using glycolic acid. It also increases product absorption. So that anything you put on after glycolic acid is going to be absorbed into the skin much more easily. Since it's a natural humectant, over time it also teaches your skin how to retain its moisture more effectively or more efficiently. So having a glycolic acid in your skincare routine is super, it's going to really help with some of those problem areas that we're all looking for a reduction in: fine lines and wrinkles, increase in elasticity, increase in collagen production, a better skin texture, evenness, better skin tone, and so on and so forth. So glycolic acid is a wonderful acid. It's the smallest molecule acid. The next acid that is a small molecule acid, not quite as small as glycolic acid, but pretty small still, is lactic acid. And lactic acid does some of the same things that glycolic acid does as well, right? It increases cellular turnover. It just happens at a little bit of a slower rate than if you were to do glycolic acid. And you can definitely introduce a lactic acid into your skincare routine as well. And it's going to give you some of those same benefits that glycolic acid is giving you, but just at a much slower rate. If you do happen to have and lactic acid, I should say, would be, just like glycolic acid, would be safe for just about any skin type. It may dry your skin out a little bit, so if you do have dry skin, you may have to really be careful on how many times you use a glycolic or a lactic acid in your skincare routine. I would definitely, with either one, glycolic or lactic, I would definitely introduce it slowly, right? It's a exfoliant. It literally exfoliates. And I would also pay attention to the type of glycolic and lactic acid you're using and make sure that you're using something that is going to be a little less harsh. You could always start with a toner and then move on to an actual serum. But we'll talk about that in just a minute in more depth so that you can understand what are some of the different products and then how you can use them or introduce them into your skincare routine. The next acid that you could introduce into your skincare is mandelic acid. Mandelic acid is also an alpha hydroxy acid. It's a little bit bigger than a lactic acid, so it's probably one of the larger molecule lactic acids. I would be careful if you have oily skin. It tends to not do well with people who have oily skin, and it does increase oil production slightly in the skin, so you have to really be careful of that. I don't use mandelic acid because when I do use mandelic acid, I tend to get a little bit more acne. So if you do have oily skin, keep that in mind, and I would be careful introducing mandelic acid. Try it at first, maybe once a week, and then slowly ramp it up. Another thing to keep in mind with mandelic acid is because it's a larger molecule, it's much more slowly acting on the skin. And then there are other types of acid. There's citric acid, there's tartaric acid, and there's a few other types of alpha hydroxy acids. So we're definitely going to say that the gold standard of alpha hydroxy acids are probably your glycolic and lactic acids. That's just going to be the gold standard. Glycolic is the smallest molecule, easiest to penetrate, have the best cell turnover, so it's going to be an ideal acid. So what are some products that you can introduce into your skincare so that you can get the benefits of alpha hydroxy acids? I brought a few products with me today to show you and to tell you how you can use them. For one, I would be very careful introducing any alpha hydroxy acids, especially if you use a tretinoin, a retin-A, a retinoid, a retinol even. You want to be careful because retinoid products, right, are going to be a little bit more irritating to the skin, as are acids. So you want to be careful in how you combine them. That being said, you can work your skin up to tolerate using both. And I actually have used both pretty regularly, but I've built up quite a tolerance for glycolic and lactic acids. So my skin doesn't ever get irritated, and I really try to maintain that skin barrier. Something I've talked about in previous videos, right? That you need to make sure that you're paying attention all the time to your skin barrier and making sure that your skin barrier is not compromised, because any compromise to your skin barrier, right, will leave those holes in your skin. Things can get in that are not necessarily ideal. It can really damage and destroy that outer layer of skin, and you just do not want that to happen. So when you first introduce a glycolic or a lactic acid or even a mandelic acid into your skincare routine, I would start with just one time a week. And I would do it on nights you're not using a retinoid, and I would then kind of ramp it up from there, maybe go the next week 2 times a week, and just kind of see how your skin handles it. Maybe try it once with a retinoid, and then if you do experience any severe irritation or even any slight irritation, I would scale back a little bit. So you just want to be careful that when you're introducing this into your skincare, that you introduce it slowly and that you take pains to maintain that skin barrier. But something like the Ordinary's Glycolic Acid Toning Solution is going to be really good. This is a great little toner. It is an exfoliating toner, and The Ordinary does say you can use this every single day. Like I said, I would introduce it super slowly if you are going to use it every day, and I would definitely err on the side of caution when combining it with any retinoid products. You're going to want to make sure that you pay attention to how your skin reacts and stop using it if you do experience any severe skin irritation from it. But a toner is going to be a lot lighter than a peel, and you could potentially use this. I would probably say 4 to 5 times a week, because remember, you are also going to be exfoliating 2 times a week, and you do not want to use this when you're exfoliating at all. That's another thing. If you're going to introduce any acids, don't use them on the nights that you exfoliate. Okay, you are already using a chemical exfoliant. You're already doing something to your skin. You don't need to do it again. So definitely you could probably use this 4 to 5 times a week because it is a toner, it is light, it's watery. One of the ways that I use this, and I've been using it again, I stopped using it for a little while because I was really focusing on skin barrier issues that I was having at the time. I was having some severe sensitivity around my eyelids, and I was having some severe sensitivity on the tops of my cheeks. But the way that I introduce this is I rub it on with a cotton ball and then I splash it with just a little bit of water and then pat that dry. And that's how I started introducing it back into my skincare routine. I don't use it full force yet, but I'm working myself up to it. That is because I use a retinoid, and I'm not going to stop using my retinoid, period. But I've been very careful in how I use this glycolic acid toner. There are other AHA and BHA toners that you can use that are even lighter than this. This is a 7% glycolic solution, so it's a little bit stronger. But like I said, if you do introduce it lightly, you know, maybe water it down a little bit, mix it with another toner so that you only get a light amount of glycolic acid, and then you can kind of increase from there. That's one way that I do it. But you're welcome to do whatever you'd like with glycolic acid, as long as you are very careful with it. Another alpha hydroxy acid that you can use pretty much daily is the lactic acid 10% plus AHA, also by The Ordinary. This is another great way of introducing an acid to your skincare routine. I switched from using my lactic acid to using glycolic acid because I wanted some of the skin firming benefits from glycolic acid. I noticed that my skin has been getting a little lax, or especially around my cheek areas, and you know, I don't want to go to extremes and do something like fillers, so I'm trying to kind of tighten it up a little bit. And so I was using the lactic acid 3 to 4 times a week, and I would use it. I would basically, the nights that I would exfoliate, I would skip the next night and then use the lactic acid, use that for a couple of days, exfoliate, skip a night. I'd skip that night that I exfoliated, and I'd skip the next night and then use it again. And so that's how I was using the lactic acid. And I've recently switched to the toner, and I do the same thing with the toner, but I water it down a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Just make sure you introduce it slowly, definitely not on nights that you exfoliate. So what do I exfoliate with? There are a lot of different exfoliators on the market that you can use. I brought along some of my favorites today to show you some glycolic and some mixed acid chemical peels that you can use to exfoliate with, that are wonderful and are ways to introduce glycolic and lactic acid and all the wonderful benefits of AHAs into your skincare routine, but only a couple of nights a week on nights that you exfoliate. This first one is a number 7 resurfacing peel, and I just used this one a couple of nights ago. It's 15% glycolic acid, so that's quite a strong toner, or quite a strong exfoliating peel. It's twice as strong as the 7% glycolic acid toning solution by The Ordinary. So this is definitely an exfoliator, and it's something that I wouldn't use every single night, but it is something that you can use twice a week if you want. This little resurfacing peel has all the benefits of glycolic acid. It strips away dead skin cells, it evens tone and texture, it increases firmness, and increases collagen production. So the next thing that I brought along is my AHA 30% BHA 2% peeling solution by The Ordinary. This is a combination alpha hydroxy acid. So it actually contains glycolic acid, it contains lactic acid, it contains tartaric acid, and it contains citric acid. All 4 acids are in this one little bottle of peeling solution, so it's 30% acid. It does contain salicylic acid, that is BHA, so it also, you know, tightens pores and stuff like that, on top of all of the other benefits from the glycolic, lactic, tartaric, and citric acids that are in it. It's a wonderful peel. You can only use it for 10 minutes tops. I don't even make it to 10 minutes. I think I use this probably for 6 minutes. It's pretty strong. I use it maybe once a week. I alternate between other peels as well. Another great peel that I love is Drunk Elephant's TLC, and this is a really good peel as well. It's 25% AHA. That's in the form of glycolic acid, lactic acid, tartaric acid, and citric acid. And it also has a 2% BHA in the form of salicylic acid. And like I said, the salicylic acid is going to be tightening your pores. It's going to stop with some of that overproduction of oil. And then on top of it, all the alpha hydroxy acids, they're going to take the dead skin cells off. They're going to smooth, firm, tone, do all of that. This is a great little peel. It's a little expensive. Drunk Elephant tends to be more expensive than like an ordinary peel, but I do believe that I did get this in a subscription of some kind, and I've used it for a while. It's a great peel. I think I'm almost out of it now. And then the other and then the other peel, the other alpha hydroxy peel that I brought with me is the Mandelic Acid, 10% plus HA. I have to be really careful to use this serum. Like I said, I have oily skin, and so it's not always ideal for Mandelic acid. I tend to break out a little bit more with it, so I did stop using it. It is pretty full. I think I might use this one on my body occasionally, but like I said, it's not one that I necessarily use anywhere. I don't tend to use it on my face anymore because it didn't agree with me as well as some of the other acids. So there you have it. That is alpha hydroxy acid. So you're definitely going to want to introduce this ingredient into your skincare routine. It's a fabulous ingredient. Just make sure to follow some of the ABCs of skincare, right? You want to be careful when you introduce the product. You want to make sure that you introduce it slowly, that you don't use any anything harsh like a vitamin C, or a retinoid when you do first introduce it. And I should say that also to be very careful. Like AHAs are strong acids, right? So they tend to irritate the skin. And anything that you use that's super strong, like a vitamin C, or because vitamin C is also a little irritating to the skin, and a retinoids are also kind of irritating to the skin. So you'll just want to make sure that you are super careful with that, and you introduce them on nights that you, or on days, even days or nights that you're not using those other harsher chemicals. Remember that everyone's skin is different though, so there is no one size fits all for everyone. So keep that in mind and make sure that you stay tuned, because I'm going to have future videos. I hope you really liked this. I enjoyed talking about alpha hydroxy acids, and I'll see you next time, and glow up.